Welcome to HW News. This is Helen Lee. The coronavirus pandemic has started from China for a while. There's a joke on the internet. One person asked his doctor, "When will the pandemic be ending?" His doctor answered, "How can I know? I'm not a politician." In fact, over 84 million were infected with the virus, with a death toll of more than 1.8 million as we enter 2021. To make things worse, according to reports from the media, there seems to be another wave of emerging cases. Yukihiro Haruta, former transport minister in Japan, was ill on December 24, 2020, and died 3 days later, making him the first sitting member of the country's parliament to become a victim of the disease. 4-year-old Axel Harris in New York City died of coronavirus on December 26. He was the youngest victim of the disease. 3 days later, Luke Ladlow, a congressman-elect from Louisiana, lost his life at 41 due to a more contagious British variant of the virus. Our understanding of the disease used to be high number of cases and low mortality rates with the elderly as the susceptible population. All these cases, however, came suddenly and disrupted our understanding. With 8 countries, including Nigeria, Uganda, and Mali, recently recording their highest daily case counts all year, the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention declared the second wave is here. Within several days, the virus with the new mutation spread to South Africa, Denmark, Japan, South Korea, India, and United States, even Taiwan, one of the areas with the lowest coronavirus cases, was infected. Why is another wave of the coronavirus pandemic so alarming? One major reason is the lesson learned from the 1918 influenza pandemic known as the Spanish flu. Historians believe that the disease infected 500 million people, or one-third of the world population at the time, with a total death toll between 20 and 50 million. The Spanish flu broke out in March 1918 with normal mortality rates, making people believe it was a regular seasonal flu. But the situation changed later this year. There was an article in History Channel titled, "Why the Second Wave of the 1918 Flu Pandemic Was So Deadly." It said, historians now believe that the fatal severity of the Spanish flu second wave was caused by a mutated virus spread by wartime troop movements. Fatalities in the Spanish flu were young adults between 20 and 40 years old, leaving many elderly and children unattended. Like the coronavirus in 2020, many high-ranking officials were also infected, including former US President Woodrow Wilson and former UK Prime Minister Lloyd George. Furthermore, former Brazilian President Rodrigo Alves died of the disease in January 1919. Reported cases of Spanish flu dropped off over the summer of 1918, and there was hope at the beginning of August that the virus had run its course. In retrospect, it was only the calm before the storm. Wrote the History Channel article, somewhere in Europe, a mutative strain of the Spanish flu virus have emerged that have the power to kill a perfectly healthy young man and woman within 24 hours of showing the first sign of infection. The situation was devastating. In an account recorded by the U.S. National Archives, 4 people were playing cards one evening and they planned to do the same the following day, only to find 3 of them never woke up again. As mentioned above, statistics on the recent coronavirus cases and death numbers gained speed since November 3rd, 2020. For example, it took more than 5 months for the disease to infect 10 million people since its outbreak in December 2019, but it took merely about 2 weeks to go from 16 million to 75 million cases late last year. Moreover, the virus is now also targeting young people, including children. Similar things happened during the Black Death, when a plague occurred in Bavaria in the 1600s. The high number of deaths left residents in terror. Villagers in Oberammergau vowed that were they to be protected in the plague, they would perform a prayer every 10 years on the life and death of Jesus. A miracle happened and people were spared. Villagers kept their promise and performed the prayer every 10 years since the following year in 1634. This tradition has lasted almost 400 years. Similar things also existed in other cultures. He Qu, a renowned scholar in the Han Dynasty in China, believed that illnesses and plagues arose because people have deviated from the heavenly law. Zhang Daolin, a well-known Taoist also in the Han Dynasty, not only guided people to improve their moral values following the scripture from Lao Tzu, but also helped residents to deal with plagues. While plagues affected the Roman Empire in Europe, similar disasters also took place in the Han Dynasty. Zhang asked those who fell ill to record the wrongdoings they have committed in their lives and write them down one by one. Those written notes were placed in water while they vowed to stop doing bad deeds from then on. Otherwise, according to their promises, their life would be ended in the plague. Many people followed this advice, and hundreds of thousands of people recovered from the plague this way. This was based on traditional Chinese culture in which people believe in the harmony between heaven, earth, and mankind. When people acted recklessly to defy nature, damage the land, and harm each other, disasters would follow. So, be kind. That's the solution.